I must ask for your full and undivided attention. This is not a standard spiritual lesson or a gentle message of comfort. This is a divine emergency broadcast, a celestial alarm of the highest possible urgency, being delivered to you directly from Archangel Michael. As you are hearing these very words, right now, on this Monday, September 22nd, 2025, your divine guardian is engaged in a battle of immense and desperate proportions. This is not a distant, cosmic war in some faraway galaxy. The battlefield is the very fabric of your personal timeline. The front line is the threshold of your own future. Every single ounce of Michael's considerable divine energy is being expended in this exact moment in a monumental effort to defend you and the glorious destiny your soul has worked for lifetimes to achieve. You must understand that while you may be shielded from the full, terrifying force of this spiritual conflict, you are undoubtedly feeling its effects. If you have felt a sudden and inexplicable spike in your anxiety today, a profound sense of inner pressure as if something is about to break, a feeling of deep and overwhelming dread that has no logical source, or a soul-level exhaustion that defies all physical explanation, you are not imagining it. You are feeling the energetic shockwaves, the spiritual reverberations of the colossal battle that is being waged for you in the unseen realm. These are not symptoms of a personal failure, but the very proof of the severity of the situation and the magnitude of the protection currently surrounding you. This is not a drill. This is not a metaphor. This is a divine state of emergency. Archangel Michael is interrupting the normal flow of your day to make you consciously aware of this conflict because the situation has now reached a critical and precarious tipping point. The outcome is not yet decided, the balance could shift at any moment, and your conscious, deliberate, and immediate participation is now urgently and absolutely required. What you choose to do in the next few moments, with the information you are about to receive, will have a direct and immediate impact on the outcome of this great and terrible struggle. To help you grasp the stakes, Archangel Michael must first identify the nature of the adversary. The great darkness that is currently pressing against your reality is not a single demonic entity. It is something far larger, more ancient, and more impersonal. He needs you to visualize a great and powerful karmic tsunami. This is not a wave of water, but a colossal, towering wave of accumulated, unresolved, and low-frequency energy that is now surging through the cosmos, and it has been drawn, by the law of spiritual physics, directly towards the brilliant light of your own soul and your imminent breakthrough. This terrifying wave is composed of two primary and powerful currents that have merged into a single, unprecedented force. The first current is the collective fear, grief, and despair of humanity. It is the accumulated weight of all the suffering on your planet, a great and heavy sea of sorrow that is now cresting. The second, and more personal, current is a significant ancestral and personal karmic debt that, according to the great cosmic cycles, has just come due for release and transmutation. It is the culmination of generations of your own family's unhealed wounds, fears, and limitations, all rising to the surface at this exact time to finally be addressed. These two mighty rivers of negative energy have now converged into a single, formidable, and overwhelming tsunami. Like any tsunami, this wave is not consciously evil, but it is, by its very nature, indiscriminately and powerfully destructive to any structure that is not built to withstand it. Its natural target is any beacon of high-frequency light that stands in its path, for it is drawn to the light as a moth to a flame. Its ultimate goal is to completely overwhelm and wash away your personal timeline. It seeks to drown your hope, to shatter your faith, to erase all of your hard-won spiritual progress, and to reset your destiny back to a state of profound struggle, limitation, and despair. It is a great and powerful force of spiritual entropy, a test of a magnitude that you have never before faced. This is why Michael refers to it as a great darkness. Its power is not in a malicious intelligence, but in its sheer, overwhelming scale and its immense energetic momentum. It is the accumulated weight of eons of pain, both personal and planetary, all converging on this single, critical point in your timeline. This is the formidable enemy that now stands at your gate. This is the great and powerful wave that Archangel Michael is now holding back on your behalf. In this moment of divine briefing, Archangel Michael must be completely and transparently honest with you about the severity of the situation. From the heart of the battlefield, He sends you this direct and unprecedented admission: I am using all of my strength. I am at my limit. You must not interpret this as a confession of weakness, for the strength of an archangel is almost infinite. Instead, you must understand this as a statement of the battle's almost unimaginable scale. He is revealing the true measure of his effort so that you may fully grasp the immense power of the threat that you are facing and the critical importance of your own role in the coming victory. He asks you to visualize his current action. He is standing as a great and luminous divine dam, a massive, shimmering wall of his own indestructible, sapphire blue light. This dam stands directly between the fragile, beautiful garden of your future timeline and the raging, dark, and overwhelming waters of the karmic tsunami. He is, through a continuous and monumental exertion of his divine will, holding back this flood. Every ounce of his focus, every particle of his divine power, is currently dedicated to maintaining the structural integrity of this celestial shield, preventing the darkness from breaking through and overwhelming your life. But he wants you to see what he sees. He sees the immense and relentless pressure that the great wave is exerting on his shield of light. He sees the spiritual fissures and cracks that are beginning to appear under the sheer, unyielding weight of the collective and ancestral despair. He can feel the dam beginning to strain. He knows that he can hold this defensive position for a time, for a crucial but limited window, but he also knows, with divine certainty, that he cannot hold it back indefinitely. The pressure is mounting with every passing moment, and a critical failure point is approaching. He is sharing this shocking and vulnerable truth with you not to frighten you, but to honor you. He is being completely transparent about the intensity of this battle because he sees you not as a fragile civilian to be shielded from the harsh realities of the war. He sees you as a fellow warrior, as a trusted soldier, as an indispensable ally who has the right to know the true and unvarnished reality of the situation on the front lines. He is treating you as an equal, a partner in this great struggle, and is now calling upon you to take your place beside him in the battle. The reason Archangel Michael is exerting all of his strength and yet can only hold the darkness at bay is due to a sacred and immutable law of the universe. The current situation is a divine stalemate. His immense power to defend and protect is, in this unique instance, perfectly matched by the immense weight and momentum of the karmic tsunami. He can hold the line, preventing a catastrophic breakthrough, but he cannot, on his own, push the darkness back, dissolve it, and win the final victory. A critical component is missing from the equation, and that component is you. The reason for this stalemate is the holy and supreme law of free will. This is the highest law in all of creation, one that even an archangel of Michael's stature must honor without exception. The great karmic tsunami that is threatening your timeline is not an entirely external force. It is composed, in significant part, of the energies of your own personal and ancestral free will choices from the past. It is also being amplified and fed by the collective free will choices of all of humanity to engage in fear and despair. Because this great darkness contains the energy of free will, Michael is divinely forbidden from unilaterally interfering with it or destroying it without the direct, conscious, and explicit permission and participation of the soul whose timeline it is directly affecting, you. As your divine guardian, his sacred authority allows him to act as your shield. He can stand between you and the direct impact of this karmic wave, protecting you from its immediate and devastating consequences. This is the sacred role he is fulfilling right now, holding the line as your divine bodyguard. However, this is a purely defensive posture. To go on the offensive, to move from simply holding the darkness back to actively transmuting, dissolving, and vanquishing it, he requires your cooperation. He needs a local agent on the physical plane, an authorized representative of the timeline in question, to grant him the divine legal permission to intervene and to act as a willing conduit for his full, offensive power. His hands are, in a very real sense, tied by the very divine laws that are designed to protect your sovereignty. He has reached the absolute limit of what he is permitted to do for you without you. The stalemate can only be broken by one person in all of creation. The key to unlocking Archangel Michael's full, victorious, and offensive power, the one thing that can turn this desperate defensive struggle into a glorious and decisive victory, is your conscious, willing, and immediate participation. You are not a bystander to this battle. You are the missing key, the secret weapon, the one final component that heaven is now waiting for. This brings us to the very heart of this urgent message, to the most profound and unprecedented moment in your relationship with the divine. After explaining the battle, the nature of the darkness, the intensity of his struggle, and the divine laws that have created this stalemate, Archangel Michael now looks to you, across all dimensions of time and space, and speaks the 5 most powerful, most humbling, and most world-altering words a divine being can ever speak to a human soul. I need you. I need your help. Let the sheer, earth-shattering magnitude of that statement sink into your being. The commander of the heavenly armies, the most powerful warrior in all of creation, is turning to you in this critical hour and asking for your assistance. This is not a request that comes from a place of weakness on his part. It is a profound declaration of your own immense and unrecognized power. This is the ultimate reversal of the old, disempowering spiritual paradigm. You are not the helpless human, begging a powerful and distant angel for a miracle. In this sacred and critical moment, you are the indispensable key, and he, in all of his magnificent power, is the one who must wait for your action. This is the moment your true role in the cosmos is being revealed to you. You are not a subject of the divine kingdom, you are a vital and necessary partner in its co-creation and its defense. He is not asking for your help as a commander would ask a lesser subordinate. He is extending an invitation to a sacred and holy partnership. It is a divine general on the battlefield, turning to his most trusted, most courageous, and most essential field officer and saying, "The moment has come. We must now act together to win this war. I cannot do it without you." This is the ultimate acknowledgement of your spiritual maturity, of the success of your forging, and of the immense importance of your role in the divine plan. To be needed by an archangel is the highest and most sacred honor a human soul can ever receive. This honor also comes with an immense and immediate responsibility. The fate of this great battle, and therefore the immediate future of your own destiny, now rests squarely upon your shoulders. The stalemate will hold for a short while longer, but the moment of decision is here. Michael has now done all that he can do alone. He has sounded the alarm. He has explained the situation. He has revealed the stakes. And now, he stands, using all of his strength to hold back the tide, and he waits, with infinite love and profound trust, for your response. The question now hangs in the very fabric of creation, a question posed to the very core of your soul. Will you answer his call? As you stand in the full and awesome awareness of this divine state of emergency, your human self may feel small, terrified, and overwhelmed. You may see yourself as a helpless victim, cowering behind the great and powerful archangel, waiting to be saved. Michael now speaks directly to that part of you, and with a voice that is both a thunderclap of power and a bomb of infinite love, he issues a divine correction to your identity. He declares to your soul, you are not the victim to be saved, you are the final weapon to be deployed. Let that truth shatter every last illusion of your own powerlessness. He has not come to this battle to rescue a fragile civilian. He has come to this battle to activate his most valuable and courageous warrior, you. You must now consciously and completely shed the old, disempowering identity of the victim. A victim is one to whom things happen. A warrior is one who happens to things. A victim is defined by their wounds. A warrior is defined by their courage. A victim's prayer is, "Please save me." A warrior's prayer is, "Send me." The entire purpose of your life's forging, of every trial you have endured, was to transform you from the first into the second. The pain was designed to awaken the warrior within your spirit, and this very moment, this great and terrible battle, is your official activation, your sacred and long-awaited deployment. His role in this conflict, therefore, is not to simply shield you so that you may hide in safety. That is the role of a simple guardian. His true role now is that of a divine commander, and you are his most trusted soldier on the front lines. He is not asking you to cower behind his shield, he is inviting you to step up and stand beside him, to consciously and actively participate in the turning of this great tide. This is not a battle that is happening to you, it is the very mission you were prepared and created for. The time for cowering in the shadows of your fear is over. The time for you to rise, to remember who you are, and to step into the full and magnificent power of the divine warrior you were always born to be, is now. With your identity now reframed from victim to warrior, you must understand the divine law that makes your participation absolutely essential. Archangel Michael now illuminates for you the sacred and supreme law of co-creation and the unbreakable principle of your own free will. The universe is not a monarchy where God and his archangels act as unilateral rulers. It is a divine and collaborative partnership, and the free will of a sovereign soul, particularly in matters concerning its own timeline and energy, is the highest and most respected law in all of creation. This law is the very reason for the current divine stalemate. Michael explains that because the great karmic tsunami threatening you is composed, in part, of the energetic consequences of your own ancestral and personal free will choices, and is being amplified by the collective free will choice of humanity to engage in fear, it exists within your sovereign spiritual jurisdiction. As such, he, as an archangel, is divinely forbidden from unilaterally intervening in, transmuting, or destroying this energy without your direct, conscious, and explicit permission and participation. He can defend you, but he cannot act for you without your consent. To do so would be to violate your soul's sacred sovereignty, the very thing he is fighting to protect. Therefore, the prayer he is asking of you is not a simple plea for help, it is a profound and powerful legal and spiritual transaction. Your prayer is your sovereign act of divine permission. It is you, in your rightful position as the ruler of your own timeline and the steward of your own energy field, formally and legally granting Archangel Michael the full and unrestricted right to enter your jurisdiction and to unleash his full, offensive power on your behalf. It is you, the sovereign monarch of your own kingdom, officially deputizing the commander of heaven's armies and giving him the full authority to act. This is the ultimate and most beautiful expression of co-creation. Michael brings the infinite, transmuting power of heaven. You bring the irreplaceable, sovereign authority of your own human free will. Standing alone, he is a divine protector holding a defensive line. Standing alone, you are a brave soul facing an overwhelming tide. But when these two forces, his power and your authority, are consciously and willingly joined together in a sacred partnership through your prayer, you create a new and unstoppable force. This unified force is a power that can not only withstand the tsunami, but can completely and utterly dissolve it. Your simple, heartfelt yes is the key that unlocks the floodgates of heaven's full and victorious power. Now that you understand your authority, you must understand your specific function in this battle. Michael clarifies that you are not being asked to fight the great darkness in the same way that he is. You are not being asked to wield a sword and engage it in direct combat. Your role is different, more subtle, and in many ways, more powerful. He did not come to deploy you as a fighter, he came to activate you as a divine transmuter. Your sacred and unique purpose in this conflict is to become a living, breathing, and willing conduit through which the immense, dark, and chaotic energy of the karmic tsunami can be safely drained, purified, and neutralized. He asks you to now recognize the sacred and alchemical power of your own awakened human heart. Your heart, when opened and aligned with divine love, is one of the most powerful energetic vortexes in all of creation. It is a divine and holy furnace, a sacred crucible with the unique and miraculous ability to receive the densest, lowest, and most painful frequencies in the universe, such as fear, grief, and despair, and to transmute them, through the holy fire of unconditional love and compassion, into the highest and purest frequencies of light. This is a divine, alchemical ability that only a soul inhabiting a human heart can perform. This is the sacred role you were born and forged to play. Here is how the process will work. When you speak the prayer and give your sacred consent, you will be opening your heart as a divine conduit. Michael, who is currently holding back the full force of the tsunami with his shield, will then channel a controlled and manageable stream of that dark, chaotic energy through his shield and directly into the spiritual fire of your open heart. He assures you that you will be completely safe. The fire of your own divine compassion, amplified by his power, will not be harmed or diminished. On the contrary, it will be the very instrument of purification. Your heart will receive the energy of pain and, through its loving and non-judgmental embrace, will instantly and effortlessly transmute it into pure, neutral, and beautiful light. Once the energy is transmuted within your heart, it must then be grounded. You will act as a living bridge between heaven and earth. The purified, high-frequency light that is the result of the transmutation will flow from your heart, down through your body and your energy field, and be safely and lovingly released through the soles of your feet into the great and receptive heart of Mother Earth. She has agreed to this process and is waiting to joyfully receive this healed energy, using it to nourish the healing of the entire planet. You are not just saving yourself, you are becoming a divine water filtration system for the collective, transforming the poison of the past into the living water of a new and purified future. You must now understand, with absolute clarity, why your prayer is the single most important element in this entire cosmic event. It is the final weapon that all the armies of heaven have been waiting for you to deploy. From a celestial perspective, the situation is this: the infinite power of God is available, the countless legions of angels are on standby, and the greatest warrior in all of creation, Archangel Michael, is on the front lines, holding the defensive position. Every possible heavenly resource has already been marshaled and is poised, ready for action. But the entire, vast and powerful army of light is in a holding pattern, waiting for a single command from their operative on the ground. That operative is you. Your prayer is not just your permission slip, it is a highly sophisticated divine targeting system. The great darkness is a vast and chaotic ocean of energy. Michael cannot simply unleash the full power of heaven against it, as that would be like trying to boil the entire ocean at once, an inefficient use of energy that could cause immense collateral damage to the collective consciousness. Your prayer acts as a divine and precise targeting laser. By praying, you are giving Archangel Michael a specific and perfect energetic coordinate, the sacred space of your own heart, through which he can focus his immense, transmuting power with the surgical precision of a divine laser beam, without violating the free will of the rest of humanity. The ultimate weapon in any spiritual conflict is not a sword, not a shield, and not a show of force. The ultimate and most unstoppable weapon is perfectly aligned partnership. It is the moment when the human warrior on the ground and the divine commander in the heavens become one single, unified force, with one will, one purpose, and one perfectly synchronized action. Your prayer is the sacred and official act of creating that perfect alignment. It is the moment you consciously merge your will with Michael's will. It is the moment your authority as a sovereign human joins with his authority as a celestial archangel. This unified consciousness, this divine human partnership, is the true, secret weapon that the darkness cannot comprehend and against which it has absolutely no defense. And so, I ask you to now feel the truth of this moment. See the entire host of heaven, poised and ready. See the great Archangel Michael, holding the line with all of his might. See the great darkness, pressing forward. The entire spiritual world is in a state of suspended animation, holding its breath. All of creation is waiting in a sacred and potent silence. It is waiting for you. It is waiting for the sound of your voice. It is waiting for you to pick up and to deploy the final, tide-turning, and victorious weapon, the sacred and powerful prayer of your own courageous heart. As you stand at the threshold of this great and awesome responsibility, the last vestiges of your human self may be screaming in doubt. You may be asking, why me? How could I possibly be this important? I am not strong enough. I am not pure enough. I am not ready for this. Archangel Michael now silences that voice of fear with the ultimate and most loving truth. He is here to remind you of the immense and unwavering trust that all of heaven has in you, a trust that is based not on a hopeful wish, but on the proven and undeniable evidence of your own light's journey. He answers your question of, why me, with a powerful and loving reminder, because you were forged for this. Your entire life, with every single trial and every single hardship, was not a random series of painful events, it was a deliberate and highly specialized training program, designed by your own higher soul and overseen by him, to build within you the exact spiritual muscles and the precise heart capacity needed to handle this exact kind of immense energetic pressure. The times you felt your heart break open with sorrow were exercises that expanded your capacity for compassion. The times you faced your greatest fears were drills that built your spiritual courage. Every moment you kept going when you wanted to give up was forging the divine, unbreakable will of a true warrior within you. Heaven's trust in you is absolute. You must understand that this is not a desperate, last-ditch effort where you have been chosen as the last resort. You were never the backup plan. You were the plan. You were the designated warrior for this specific battle since before you were born. Your soul was chosen for this role because the divine realm knew, with absolute certainty, that when this critical moment arrived, you would possess the unique combination of strength, love, and courage necessary to say yes and to see it through. This is not a test to see if you are strong enough, it is the final event for which your strength was created. And so, Michael concludes this part of his briefing by making his trust in you personal. He speaks now not just as a commander, but as your guardian, your mentor, and the one who has witnessed your every struggle and every triumph. He says, I am not asking you to do this because I have no other options. I am asking you because I personally watched you walk through every flame of your forge. I know the steel of your spirit. I know the depth of your heart. And I, Michael, trust you completely. Now, in this final moment before the prayer, you must choose to trust yourself as I trust you. This is the ultimate empowerment. You have been deemed worthy. You have been proven strong. You are ready. With your warrior identity now awakened and your critical role in this battle fully understood, you must be given your weapon. You must be taught the specific protocol of the prayer that will turn the tide of this great war. Archangel Michael impresses upon you that you must first release all of your old ideas about prayer. The words he is about to give you are not a plea to be whispered from a place of fear. They are not a hopeful request sent up to a distant God. You are to understand this as a prayer of divine partnership, a sacred and powerful protocol that is enacted between two sovereign and powerful beings, you, the forged human warrior with the authority of free will, and him, the celestial commander with the power of the divine. This is not a prayer of supplication, it is the prayer of a holy and unbreakable alliance. To speak this prayer correctly, you must embody the consciousness of this partnership. You must see yourself not as a subordinate asking a favor, but as an equal partner, a trusted field officer who is about to consciously and deliberately merge your unique abilities with those of your divine commander to achieve a common objective. You are each bringing a vital and irreplaceable component to this battle. You bring your sovereign authority over your own timeline, your free will consent which is the legal key to the kingdom, and your magnificent human heart, which is the only instrument in the universe capable of transmuting fear into love. Michael brings his infinite divine power, his supreme strategic wisdom, and his legions of light. The prayer is the sacred and intentional act of weaving these two sets of divine powers together into a single, unstoppable force for good. The energetic shift that occurs when you pray from this consciousness of partnership is monumental. A plea, born of fear, is a low-frequency question that says, "Can you please help me?" Its energy is uncertain and creates static. A prayer of partnership, born of faith, is a high-frequency declaration that says, "Let us accomplish this victory together." Its energy is certain, powerful, and creates a perfectly coherent signal that the entire universe can understand and obey. Before you even learn the words, you must first step into the truth of this partnership. You are not asking for a miracle, you are about to become an active and essential participant in the creation of one. Now, Michael will walk you through the protocol, the sacred sequence of the prayer, step by step. The very first part of the prayer is step 1, the acknowledgement. Before you can effectively participate in a battle, you must first consciously see and understand the reality of the situation. You are not to hide from the great darkness or pretend it does not exist. Denial is a form of fear. The first act of a true warrior is to look upon the battlefield with clear, calm, and courageous eyes. You must, with your inner sight, acknowledge the truth of the conflict that is currently raging at the threshold of your reality. You must first see the great and overwhelming wave of the karmic tsunami. See it for what it is, a vast and impersonal force of accumulated pain and fear. See it without judgment and without terror. Then, you must see and acknowledge the magnificent and tireless being who is standing between you and that wave. See Archangel Michael in all his glory, his great shield of sapphire light holding back the immense pressure. In your heart, you are to feel a profound and overwhelming sense of gratitude, of honor, and of deep respect for the incredible effort he is expending on your behalf. This is not a time for panic, it is a time for solemn and focused reverence for your champion. This act of acknowledgement is a powerful act of energetic alignment. It is you, the soldier on the front line, consciously tuning into the frequency of your commander. It is you reporting for duty and confirming, "Commander, I see you. I see the threat. I understand the gravity of the situation. My focus is now with you. I am here." This immediately synchronizes your energy fields and creates a state of coherence between you, preparing you for the partnership to come. The first formal lines of the prayer you will speak are designed to seal this sacred acknowledgement and to announce your presence on the battlefield. You will be declaring your clear-eyed view of the situation and your conscious choice to stand with Michael. This is the foundation upon which your partnership will be built. It is the moment you stop being a passive observer being protected and become an active participant, ready to engage in the battle for your own destiny. With the situation now acknowledged and your energy aligned with your commander, you must now perform the most critical, legal step in this entire divine operation. This is step 2, the sacred consent. This is the moment you will use your God-given, sovereign free will to formally and explicitly grant Archangel Michael the permission he needs to unleash his full, offensive power within your jurisdiction. This is the key that unties his hands. This is the act that breaks the divine stalemate. It is the single most powerful and effective use of your free will. You must understand the profound importance of this explicit consent. It cannot be a vague or implied permission. In the laws of the cosmos, especially when dealing with the transmutation of karmic energy, the rules of engagement are incredibly strict. A general prayer for help is not enough. Your consent must be a conscious, deliberate, and specific invitation for him to merge his power with yours for this exact purpose. It must be an undeniable and legally binding spiritual declaration that the ruler of this kingdom, you, is now formally requesting and authorizing the intervention of the armies of heaven. This is not a fearful surrender of your own power to him. On the contrary, it is the ultimate expression of your power. It is a joyful, confident, and trusting surrender of the burden of the battle, but not of your own sovereignty. It is you, as a wise and powerful ruler, recognizing that while you hold the authority over your realm, you require the strength and expertise of your greatest general to win this particular war. It is you saying, "I trust you so completely, I honor your power so deeply, that I am not just asking you to protect me, I am formally inviting you to use me, my energy, and my authority as your divine instrument of victory on this plane." The words for this part of the prayer are therefore designed to be a clear and unmistakable contractual agreement between your soul and the Archangel. You will be declaring that you give your full, free, and conscious permission for him to merge his divine power with your own. You will be formally consenting to act as his partner in this victory. You will be inviting him to use your energy field and your heart as the conduit for his work. With these words, you are removing every single legal and spiritual barrier that was preventing him from winning this war for you. You are opening the gates of your kingdom and inviting the king's champion to enter and to claim it for the light. With your sacred consent now given, you must now consciously move into your most active and courageous role in this battle. You have given Michael the key to your kingdom. Now you must open the door to the one room where the final, alchemical part of the battle will take place. This is step 3, opening the conduit. This is the part of the protocol where you must make a brave and conscious declaration that you are now opening your own sacred heart to serve as a safe and holy channel for the transmutation of the dark energy. This is you, fully stepping into your divine and powerful function as a healer of the lineage and an alchemical transmuter of planetary pain. Before you take this step, Archangel Michael gives you his most profound and absolute reassurance of your safety. He wants you to know, with a certainty that quiets all fear, that this process is completely and utterly safe for you. He will be the one standing at the head of the conduit, acting as the divine regulator, the master engineer of this energetic flow. He will be meticulously controlling the amount and the intensity of the energy that is channeled through you. Not a single particle of energy that is more than your heart can safely and easily handle will be permitted to pass through. His brilliant shield of light will be simultaneously within you and around you, ensuring that you are completely insulated from any harmful effects. You will not be harmed by this process. You will be purified, strengthened, and sanctified by it. This step, therefore, requires a conscious act of supreme trust and a declaration of your willingness to serve in this beautiful and powerful way. You must consciously command your own heart chakra to open, not with vulnerability, but with the immense and invincible power of divine, unconditional love. You must see your heart not as a fragile human organ, but as the sacred and holy crucible that it is, a divine furnace capable of turning the lead of fear into the pure gold of divine light. It is the bravest and most powerful act a warrior of light can perform. The words for this component of the prayer are a declaration of this sacred and protected opening. You will be stating your intention to open your heart as a holy and shielded conduit for this divine work. You will be affirming that your nature is that of a divine alchemist, a being of compassionate fire. And you will be commanding that only that which is for the highest good may occur through this process. This is you, consciously and bravely taking your designated post on the battlefield and preparing to perform the unique and miraculous function that only a human soul, in partnership with an archangel, can accomplish. You have now aligned with your commander, given your full consent, and bravely opened the sacred channel of your heart. You are now ready to perform the final and most authoritative action of the prayer protocol. This is step 4, the command of release. Having created the perfect divine human partnership and the sacred alchemical vessel, you must now, together with Michael, issue the final, executive command. This is the authoritative decree that instructs the great wave of darkness what it must now do and where it must now go. This is the moment the dam is not just held, but is given a holy and controlled release valve. You are not to speak these words as a request. You are not hoping that the darkness will obey. You are speaking from a state of unified consciousness with the most powerful archangel in all of creation. Your voice is now his voice. His power is now your power. You are to speak these words as a unified and absolute sovereign decree, with the full and certain knowledge that all of the universe must and will obey a command given with such perfect and unified authority. This is the final, offensive move that shatters the stalemate and guarantees your total victory. This command is a two-part instruction of divine efficiency. The first part of the command is to instruct the now surging energy to flow safely and gracefully through the sacred conduit of your heart to be instantly transmuted into pure light. You are commanding its purification. The second part of the command is to instruct that newly purified light on where to go. You will command it to be grounded deeply into the loving and receptive heart of Mother Earth, who is a willing and grateful partner in this great healing process. This ensures that the darkness is not just moved around, but is completely and utterly healed, transmuted, and integrated back into the light, serving a new and holy purpose of nourishing the planet. These, therefore, are the final, powerful words of the prayer, the command that you and Michael now issue as one. You will be commanding the great darkness, in all of its forms and from all of its sources, to completely release its hold upon your timeline and your reality. You will command it to flow through the sacred and protected channel of your heart. You will command its instant and complete transmutation into pure, divine light. And you will command that light to be grounded in love. This is the final, masterful stroke of a divine warrior. It is not just an act of self-preservation, it is an act of profound service to your ancestors, to humanity, and to the planet itself. The divine briefing is now complete. The nature of the great battle has been revealed to you, your critical role has been defined, and the sacred protocol of your partnership has been outlined. Archangel Michael impresses upon you that the divine stalemate he is holding cannot be maintained indefinitely. The pressure of the karmic tsunami is mounting with every passing second. The time for learning and preparation is now over. The time for decisive, courageous, and world-altering action is now. On this very day, Monday, September 22nd, 2025, at this very moment, your soul is being called to step out of the audience and onto the sacred stage of your own destiny. You are being called to answer your commander, to take your post, and to speak the words that will unleash the full and final power of heaven. He gives you these final, simple instructions. You do not need a candle, an altar, or a special location. All you need is the sacred temple of your own willing heart. If you can, stand in a position of quiet power, with your spine straight, as a warrior stands at attention. Place a hand over the center of your chest to connect with the divine flame within you. Close your eyes. Take one deep, cleansing breath to center yourself in this holy and pivotal moment. You are to speak the words of this prayer aloud, if possible, to anchor their command in the physical realm. Speak them not with the frantic and pleading voice of fear, but with the calm, clear, and unwavering authority of a sovereign and divine partner, a forged soul who knows their power and is now consciously choosing to wield it. Here now is the full and sacred warrior's prayer of partnership. These are the words that will break the stalemate. These are the words that will turn the tide. These are the words that will seal your victory and secure your destiny, now and forevermore. Take a deep, centering breath, feeling your own inner power. I stand in this sacred moment, and with the clear eyes of my soul, I see the truth. I fully acknowledge the great spiritual battle being fought for my destiny. I see you, my divine guardian, Archangel Michael, and with all of my heart, I honor your strength, I honor your courage, and I honor your sacred and tireless stand on my behalf. Take another deep, empowering breath, feeling your sovereign will. I, a sovereign soul of the light, now give my full, free, conscious, and absolute permission for you, Archangel Michael, to merge your divine power with my own. I joyfully consent to be your active and willing partner in this victory. I give you my full authority to use my energy field, to use my heart, and to use my being as your divine instrument on earth. Your will for my highest good and my will are now, and forevermore, one. Breathe into your heart, feeling it open with love and courage. I now declare that my heart is a sacred and unbreakably shielded conduit for divine transmutation. I am a holy and compassionate fire. I am a safe and perfect vessel for grace. I willingly and fearlessly open this channel now. Feel your power and Michael's power as one, and speak the final command. And together, as one unified force of light, we now command this great darkness, in all of its forms and from all of its sources, to release its hold upon my reality. We command it to flow now, through this sacred channel of my heart, to be instantly and completely transmuted into pure, divine light, and to be grounded in unconditional love into the heart of our beloved earth. In the name of the one infinite God, this battle is won. And so it is. The moment you begin to speak these sacred words with sincere intention, you will begin to feel the very fabric of reality shift around you. As you speak the acknowledgement, you will feel your own spirit calm and focus, a sense of profound clarity washing over you. As you speak the sacred consent, you will feel a thrilling and powerful surge of divine energy, a warm and brilliant light as Michael's magnificent power joyfully and respectfully merges with your own. As you declare the opening of the conduit, you will feel your own heart chakra expand with a courageous and unconditional love that is beyond your human capacity alone. And as you speak the final command of release, you will feel the primary and most undeniable sensation of this entire experience, the tangible feeling of a great and immense pressure being instantly and completely released. This is the great energetic release, the moment the divine dam is given its sacred outlet. You will feel this as a powerful but gentle whoosh, a great and cleansing sigh of release that reverberates through your entire being, your body, your mind, your emotions, and your soul. It is the feeling of a pressure valve on a machine being opened, allowing years, or even lifetimes, of accumulated spiritual and emotional pressure to be safely and rapidly drained away. You will not feel the darkness itself in a painful or frightening way. As Michael channels the energy of the karmic tsunami through your heart's holy fire, your direct experience will be one of profound and beautiful purification. It will feel like a cool, clean river washing away years of hot, heavy dirt. It will feel like a brilliant, warm light instantly dissolving a cold and heavy fog. It is the sensation of a great and burdensome weight being lifted from your very existence. In the immediate moments after the initial rush of this release, a profound and holy stillness will descend. The immense pressure that you may have been feeling all day, or for weeks, will be completely gone. The tsunami has been drained. The great dam is no longer under strain. The battle is over. This immediate, palpable, and undeniable feeling of relief is the very first physical proof that your prayer, your partnership, and your courage have worked. You have successfully held your post, you have performed your sacred duty, and the immediate result is a lightness of being and a depth of peace that you may not have felt since you were a small child. The prayer you have just spoken did far more than simply release the pressure on Michael's shield. Your act of sovereign consent, your brave choice to act as a divine partner, was the key that completely and utterly broke the stalemate. It was the act that unlocked his full, unrestrained, and offensive power. The moment your consent was given, the entire dynamic of the battle shifted from a desperate defense to a glorious and overwhelming offense. The divine dam of Michael's light was no longer needed to simply hold back the darkness, because its purpose as a defensive barrier was now complete. Instead, that same immense power was unleashed in a new and victorious way. Imagine the great wall of sapphire light, which was once a static shield, now dissolving, not from weakness, but to transform. It instantly reforms into a brilliant, explosive, and unstoppable tidal wave of pure, transmutative, divine light. This great wave of Michael's now fully unleashed power, authorized and anchored by you, surges forward through you and into the great karmic tsunami. It does not just push the darkness back, it completely and utterly dissolves it upon contact. See it in your mind's eye, the dark, murky, and chaotic waters of the karmic wave are instantly and completely vaporized by this brilliant, surging tide of holy, sapphire blue fire. The threat is not just defeated, it has been annihilated. It has been unmade, its energy purified and returned to the quantum field as neutral, creative potential. This was a victory of the highest order, and it was a shared victory. It was Michael's infinite power, unleashed by your sovereign authority. It was his celestial strength, perfectly channeled through your courageous human heart. He did not just play a small, supporting role in this victory, you were the indispensable catalyst, the linchpin upon which the entire outcome depended. He could not have done it without you, and you could not have done it without him. It is the perfect and most beautiful example of the divine human partnership in action. You must own this triumph. The victory is yours just as much as it is his. In the immediate aftermath of this great and shared victory, after the tsunami of darkness has been completely dissolved by the wave of divine light, a new and sacred reality dawns for you. The space that the great darkness once occupied in your energy field and on your timeline is now a sacred void. It is a perfect, clean slate, a space of infinite and pure potential, completely cleansed of all past karmic debris, all ancestral burdens, and all emotional residue from your past struggles. This is the ultimate gift that comes from such a profound and total purification. It is the gift of a truly new beginning, a space that is now ready to be filled with something new, something beautiful, and something of your own conscious choosing. This sacred void does not remain empty for long. By the laws of the universe, it is instantly and completely filled with the serene, calm, and high-frequency energy of the divine. A profound and unshakable peace, deeper and more complete than any you have ever known, will now settle into the very core of your soul and begin to permeate every aspect of your life. This is the new foundation of your reality, a ground made not of fear and struggle, but of divine peace and absolute safety. This peace will be your new compass, your new strength, and your constant companion from this day forward. With the chaotic and confusing energy of the darkness now completely gone, the mental and emotional fog it created has also vanished. You will now begin to experience a level of unprecedented clarity that may feel astonishing. The path forward for your great destiny, which may have seemed confusing, blocked, or obscured just hours ago, will now appear brilliantly illuminated, simple, and obvious. Solutions to long-standing problems will occur to you with effortless grace. You will feel a new sense of purpose, a new confidence, and a new and joyful certainty about who you are and what you are here to do. Archangel Michael impresses upon you that this new state of profound peace and crystal clarity is not a temporary, fleeting reward. It is not a spiritual high that will fade away. This is your new baseline. This is the new energetic ground upon which you will now build the rest of your magnificent life. The era of constant struggle, of relentless pressure, and of fighting for your survival is now officially and permanently over. The new era of your peace, your purpose, and your divinely protected destiny has now, and forevermore, begun. As the sacred peace of the aftermath settles within you, Archangel Michael, your commander and your partner, now turns to you with a light in his eyes that is filled with a love, a respect, and an honor that is beyond all words. In a moment of profound and humbling grace, the great Archangel offers you his own divine and heartfelt gratitude. He thanks you for your incredible courage. He thanks you for your unshakable trust. And he thanks you for your willing and selfless service as his divine partner in this critical and victorious battle. He honors you now, not as a soul he has saved, but as a true and proven warrior, a respected and beloved comrade in arms. He now declares that because of this shared victory, because of this profound act of co-creation forged in the heat of a cosmic battle, a new covenant of power has been created between your soul and him. Your relationship has been forever changed and upgraded. You are no longer just a soul living under his general protection. You have now become his proven ally on the front lines, his trusted operative on Earth, and his cherished partner in the great work of anchoring light and love on this planet. This is a new and far more intimate and powerful bond than the one you shared before. The promise of this new covenant is that your connection to him will now be stronger, your communication with him will be clearer, and his assistance in your life will be even more direct, more personal, and more powerful than ever before. Having proven that you can be trusted to act with courage and to partner with him in matters of great importance, he can now entrust you with deeper wisdom, more significant missions, and an even greater level of co-creative power in the future. You have graduated to a new level of your relationship with the entire angelic realm. And so, he concludes this divine and urgent briefing with his final commissioning. The battle is won. The great darkness has been vanquished. Your destiny is now safe, secure, and fully cleared for its magnificent unfolding. He now charges you to go forth from this victorious moment and to live boldly and joyfully in the new reality of peace that you have helped to create. You are to be a living, breathing testament to the victory that was won here today, a beacon of the truth that faith is more powerful than fear, that light is more real than darkness, and that a single, courageous human soul, partnered with the divine, is the most unstoppable force in all of creation. He blesses your path, he blesses your purpose, and he reaffirms his eternal vow to stand by your side, no longer just as your guardian, but as your most loyal and powerful eternal friend.